Alec, the
Yes,
Ghostbusters theme is canon.
it is
Confirmed
indeed. It
immediately.
is. Yeah, it's officially in universe.
The question I had, I was like, oh, maybe they'll answer it. They'll do something with it in the second
Yeah, they
one.
literally answered it in the
They
first like
did.
5 minutes of the movie.
Oh man, Ghostbusters 2 is better than Ghostbusters 1. That's my take.
Are you actually? Do you actually think that?
Mm-hmm.
You are. You are very,
It's comparable.
very in the minority.
I know,
What do you mean? It's the comparable. It's the exact same movie. That's the problem with it.
but it's better.
It's
I know
no,
it
it's
is like
not.
the exact same movie,
It is the exact. It's basically the same movie again.
but it worked for me more for some reason. This movie, I thought it was funnier.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, so here's the thing. I think a lot of the hate for this movie is very unjustified. Um, so this has gotten a very bad rap for a long time over many years. It has like a, I think it has like a 50 something percent on Rotten Tomatoes. The audience score is a little higher, but people have been very down on this movie for a really long time, and I don't really understand it. I don't think it's nearly as good as the original. But I don't think it's a bad movie by any means. I thought it's kind of as much as you could kind of come up with. You can't really top the original, so I guess we'll just try to make the same kind of movie again. Just alter the scenario a little bit. Um,
move
yeah,
slime. Yeah. So like the
negativity.
Ghostbusters are down on hard times. I don't see how this happens. By the way, I was like, I don't buy this at all. How did the Ghostbusters go from like saving a whole city and being
Because bureaucracy.
championed?
It's
There was a
bureaucracy, man.
huge marshmallow man, bro, and they're
Yeah,
gonna have these not.
that they were responsible for.
Yeah, but no, the people are in denial. They're saying ghosts aren't real and all that. There's actually like, it seems like a lot of people
You know, people were
are
saying it was a
non-believers.
yeah. Some people were still thinking it's a stunt. Whatever.
But you know what they've
There's
done. You know what these men have done.
yeah, sure, but they're not relevant anymore because there's not nearly as much going on,
It's
which
been
is
5 years though. You can't.
yeah, it's been 5 years. There's not nearly as much going on. Also, all of the spectral energy is now being sort of like siphoned through all the negativity. People's emotions
Mm-hmm.
are with that has caused all the sort of spectral energy to be down underneath in the pneumatic tubes under the
Sure.
town in the slime. So, you know,
Sure. Yeah.
yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
Um.
That's why it's a big deal towards the end of the movie when all of a sudden tons and tons of ghosts are coming around, even
Yeah.
more than the normal.
And like the ending of Elf, everyone came together and brought their positive energy
Yeah, they all sang a
and
song. It was cute.
champagne. Like it was so. It was kind of stupid how like how much they went into like the New Yorkers don't like are rude and don't care about people, that kind of thing. It was like, oh, we'll never get enough positive energy out of these people. They're New Yorkers. They're awful. And then the mayor, what did the mayor say about how it's their God given, it's the New Yorkers' God given right to be
To be miserable
be
or to
miserable and
treat
treat people like
to
trash. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I thought that was. I mean, I thought that was great. Having been in New York, that feels a very accurate statement.
But the guy was so impassioned about it. They
Yeah.
really were heavy handed with the whole New Yorker thing. But then
Well, it
um
was because it was because Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis were both very like that was like the whole message of the film was about like negativity and trying to be more positive about because it's like everything's weighing you down, but like man, you just gotta be more positive.
it's a pretty literal theme. It's like a
Yeah,
literal representation of the theme. It is
yeah,
actually just negativity. In the slime makes you negative, and
yeah,
you got to fight it with positivity.
yeah.
So
And I thought it's cute. It's sort of charming. I think that might be what one of the reasons why some people don't like it because it almost it feels more like sanitized. I guess the original Ghostbusters has very much it is very sarcastic and very dry, and it has a very kind of it's almost cynical sort of sense of humor in a way. this one doesn't really have that edge to it as nearly as much. I don't think it's still funny. I still laughed quite a bit. But it does feel there are elements of it that feel a little bit more like maybe a little bit less on that kind of edge. Bill Murray still just does whatever he wants in every scene, but he also feels sidelined for most of the movie. So
there's some interesting stuff in this movie. I don't know. I really did enjoy it. I did.
I know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit as well. I completely disagree with your assessment that it's better than the first one, but I do enjoy it. Man, I'm sure Botza, if he was around, he'd be rolling around in his grave, because I seem to remember him not really liking this movie very much either.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I like it.
In the original, all the Zool and stuff, I didn't care about that in the original, and I still don't care about the mumbo jumbo in this movie either, with the freaking guy who wants to put himself into a baby and like
to be reborn.
Dana will be a good wife for you and a mother for me. Very weird, and I didn't care for it, the whole painting thing, but I was like, okay.
I thought it was effectively creepy. I did think he kind of became really lame after he got out of the painting, though.
Yeah, saying the painting dog.
Yeah.
He came out. It was just like weird.
It was very weird.
Weird occurrences. But I thought it was interesting, though. They showed in the beginning where the Ghostbusters are split up, basically what they're doing.
Yeah, I would say probably the first third of the film, I would say, is probably its strongest. I really like the beginning of this movie a lot. I like seeing Winston and Ray going around and like doing stuff at like children's birthday parties. Who are you gonna call? He-Man. We wanted He-Man. So seeing them do that. Apparently Ray is running like an occult bookstore. Egon is still sciencing. He's running experiments on the effect of human emotions on the physical environment.
Right.
Which again, that plays into that his research then plays into the direct line of the movie. Egon is on fire in this movie, though. He's absolutely, everything he does and says is like hysterical.
Yeah, when he said he had part of a slinky, but he straightened it.
Part of it. Yeah, that's great.
Venkman's doing the World of the Psychic.
Yeah.
Fun.
Just trying to basically selling out because that's all he could do.
Show, though?
World of the Psychic? Yeah, I think so.
Like, I thought that was the name of the show, but then he said next week we're going to talk about hairless pets, hairless animals. I'm like, what does that have to do with World of the Psychic?
They must have psychic energy, you know? It's like if they don't have...
Because then he made some comments that made it seem like he just has like variety, different stuff happening each week. But then the guy at the end of the movie did say World of the Psychic was my favorite show, you know?
Yeah.
So that was the name of the show, but it's just random stuff. It just seemed like it was a psychic week, you know?
Maybe it's World of the Hairless Pets next. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Dana's life consists of weird men desperately wanting a chance with her.
I know. Isn't that bizarre?
It's another one, and of course that person's gonna get like possessed in some way. The same exact role.
The same story. Hey, that character though, it's kind of wild. He's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had some funny moments.
I thought one of the ones that was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they made that joke, was like where he was flipping out because Venkman comes in and is like, you know, they're doing experiments on the thing, and he's like getting all upset, and he's like, well, you never get your green card with that attitude. I was like,
yeah. Like when he came around to her apartment,
when he was semi-possessed.
Like, it was the baby in there. Yoo-hoo. She's like, she's sleeping. He's like, oh, but yoo-hoo.
No, but...
yeah, weird. He has little interesting character moments like that. They're nice.
Yeah.
Same old story, though. Dana just, like, Got these weird men around her. I mean, Venkman was a lot more charming in this movie, I felt, than the original.
It's because he's like learned to kind of grow up a little bit. I mean, he especially when she introduces the baby to him, he kind of takes on this almost like adopts some more, like he has to be a little bit more responsible, you know. And yeah, he definitely takes on like a fatherly sort of role.
It's better. I can root for that more than what he was doing the first time.
He was just doing whatever he wanted. It was just Bill Murray saying funny lines. That was the whole point of him in the movie. I don't even think that there's a beautiful synergy in the first movie, in the fact that like I think most of them were kind of coming at it from, I think they were all trying to make different movies. Like Bill Murray didn't really know what they were making. Dan Aykroyd thought they were making a documentary. Harold Ramis probably knew, you know, it was like, oh, this is going to be a fun comedy film. And Ivan Reitman, the director, probably knew, but like a lot of it somehow all meshes together. And I think to a degree it still does here. I don't think it's as well. Just because again, it is, very similar structure. I mean, they're meeting with the mayor, but this time the meeting with the mayor doesn't go well. But then they still have the scene of them all like leaving. They get sent to a psych ward in this one, but then there's the scene of them all leaving and everything's okay, and they drive away. And
how can you commit these men to a psych ward when you know damn well what they did? It's known what they did, like because it's their freaking profession.
Yeah, because because that guy's a crook. He's mean. He's a bad guy.
So. Bad guy.
Whereas the EPA guy, I mean, you kind of understood where he was coming from a little bit in the first movie. That guy was just flat out evil. You know,
it's funny how they follow like all the same beats.
All right, well, you've got the State Buff Marshmallow Man. Now you've got the Statue of Liberty walking down New York City, and
I hated the Statue of Liberty. I hated it.
I didn't really like it either.
Why is the Statue of Liberty?
I like it in concept. I think it's fun, but like, I don't know. I don't know how. It didn't really work, honestly.
No, and it's just such a weird thing. Like, I mean, these properties of these ghosts and the rules and how these things work. It's really, I guess, they can play fast and loose with it. But it's like, okay, you go into the Statue of Liberty and you fill it with this good energy, and then you can just make it mobile. And I don't know, I guess.
Yeah, they were able to control it. Yeah, and they also had an NES Advantage controller.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
I was like, what? When I saw that, I was like, it was on screen for like a second, and I was like, wait, what? What's that there for?
We don't know. They're just riding the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, I guess that's how they're controlling it, except they don't seem to control it like with an NES control. It was very weird. Like,
what kind of science is this? I don't know. But
you have to ask Egon. I don't know.
There's still other stuff. One thing that bothered me was the scene where when they come into Dana's house and they're examining the baby, and they're doing all this stuff, and they're not actually like fully committing to it. Like, he's like, "Oh, it looks like the baby's 24 inches." He didn't even like measure the whole baby.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Oh, seems ticklish." He did not. He was not ticklish at all.
Yeah, he was.
That baby did not respond.
Yeah, he did. No. When he started tickling under the arm, he kind of did that.
No,
he was like, oh, he's ticklish.
Okay, he seems responsive.
He didn't.
He kind of moved, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's also kind of part of the joke, because the baby just, for the most part of the movie, the baby just kind of has a blank stare.
Yeah.
So he is kind of happy in some moments, and that's very cute.
And then we get to the court scene. The judge was out of control. He was getting heated.
What a great! I don't care what you say. That was an amazing performance. I loved that. I loved every bit of that.
He was heated. I kind of liked Rick Moranis coming into this role in this movie. I did not even expect the character to show up, honestly.
Yeah.
But I kind of liked his character more than I did in the first one. I kind of liked it more.
Yeah, he came into his own here. That was fun. Lewis.
And the ghost interrupted this freaking courtroom. It was really a sham of a courtroom, wasn't it? Though.
Yeah, it was a sham of a trial.
I mean, it started with the judge saying, "I personally don't believe in any ghosts," so We won't be hearing anything about that. It's like, okay, we're gonna get a fair trial here. And then Winston disappears. Do you know where Winston went?
I don't know where he
was
went.
There in the beginning, and then
I was a little confused about that too. I was thinking about that. I was like, wait, where did Winston go?
Is he not there for the big Ghostbusters return moment?
And apparently
he's
not.
Like, not there, even though he was there in the beginning of the courtroom. Made a comment, and he's not there. And then the next scene, he's like, "Oh, the Ghostbusters are back," and he's there.
Yeah, that was a little weird, but I do like the Doe, and then Ray, and then Egon, and then the self-satisfied smirk that he makes. Like I was dying. It was so good.
Yeah. We thought, I was watching this with my brother. What we thought was interesting was that Dana's own son was threatened by this pink slime in the bathtub and wanted to friggin' take him, and then she proceeds to stop caring about the pink slime at all. Like she's more concerned about this date. So they're telling her the developments, like there's stuff going on in the sewers and stuff, and she's like, "Nah, I'm gonna go on this date," even though my freaking child has been directly.
Yeah, that is kind of weird, actually. Now that you mention that, that's a really interesting. I mean, I guess maybe she just trusted they'd handle it, that she'd be safe with Peter. I think the whole thing there was like she felt safe when she was with him, so she knew she was in good hands if he was taking care of things, and the Ghostbusters were taking care of things. So she was in. That was like the first time it was like a direct attack at her. That was actually a very like effective scene. I thought that the scene with the tub scene. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, and then they didn't bring the proton packs into the sewers. Like, I don't get the logic there at all. How do you commit that much and not bring the proton packs?
Well, they're bulky. They're bulky equipment, and they're basically nuclear reactors. So
we're going down into the sewer to investigate this
this ghost.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
And then I liked so Rick Moranis, that character, his name is Lewis. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, I liked when Lewis said, "Do you want to play Boggle or Super Mario Brothers?"
Yeah.
Like, oh, I love some Boggle. It's my shit.
Boggle or Super Mario Brothers.
You want to play Boggle or Super Mario Brothers? Yeah.
She's great. What was her name again? Is it Vivian?
I don't
remember. Or
receptionist lady.
Yeah, yeah. So she comes back and she's very interested in Lewis in this, and it's funny.
Yeah. They have a little relationship there. I thought the most terrifying thing in this movie was when the fur coat came alive. You remember that? A woman's wearing a fur coat and the freaking thing.
Oh yeah, that was spooky.
Wow.
Like, yeah, that was kind of wild.
I had so many comments written down during this movie. I don't know why this movie, for some reason, it had me more engaged in the original. I'm like, I had more to
I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it really. I mean, like it's like, yeah, there's a lot of fun moments, and it's an enjoyable experience. I liked it a lot. Like I said, I think a lot of the hate that this movie gets is I would say for the most part pretty unjustified. But I do think its biggest flaw is the fact that it is basically the same movie.
Yeah.
So
certainly.
Yeah.
Also, they at one point, I think Venkman says, "Do you think the Statue of Liberty is naked? Do you think she's naked under that toga?"
Yeah.
The answer is 100% yes. Why would you ever ask that question? Of course, she's naked under that toga, right?
I remember reading something about that actually, where it was
the people wearing togas wear stuff under.
No. It was like it was like some analysis or something I was reading. Hold on, let me look this up. This comes from people maybe overthinking the movie a little bit, but I thought it was kind of funny. So on the Wikipedia page, they talk about like different takes analysis of the movie. There's somebody that took like the ghosts are all immigrants or something. So there's like the Scoleri brothers. They had the Titanic passengers. Vigo, the villain, is compared to Count Dracula, and then the Statue of Liberty, which is a French origin, is typically thought of as a symbol of purity, but then Bill Murray's character sexualizes it.
I guess. Yeah.
That's quite. That's a little bit of a stretch of a take, but I get maybe like the immigrants angle, which is interesting, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
also, it's interesting for a movie about ghosts. I find the ghosts themselves to be pretty whack. I'm like, oh, okay.
I thought so. The thing I thought was kind of weird about this one is that they went like kind of like wacky and weird with a lot of the designs. Like, why were the Scoleri brothers like cartoon monstrosities? I didn't get that. Like, they were people. The judge says, "Yeah, I locked them up and sent them to the chair."
Send them to the chair.
And then why did the chairs also become ghosts? What? There was a lot of stuff there. It was a little like that's kind of weird. I mean, despite the fact that I really love that scene, there's still some stuff there. It was a little like
I don't know. The ghosts are whack to me. And the plot, the weird plot is a fucking weird plot, bro. You bring the painting dude and the baby, and I need a child. You know, she'll be my wife.
Yeah, Vigo's a magician that needs to,
I guess,
to conquer the world again. Or
it's a little bit wackadoodle-doo for me. A little too wackadoodle-doo, but I do like the new Ghostbusters song. I thought it was actually kind of fun. They had a new one in this one.
Yeah, the new music was fun.
And they were singing about like the Ghostbusters are back. It was a nice musical montage and stuff. That was cool.
Now, so everyone really seems to hate the logo, their new logo.
the piece. Okay, yeah.
So here's the thing. I know a lot of people are like, because it's like because the logo of the movie where it's like 2 or whatever. It's like Ghostbusters 2. Get it? But like, to me, it made a lot of sense that they would change the branding to be that, because like they're not really doing ghost busting anymore. They're like doing kids parties. So it's like they would be like, yeah, let's make it like friendly for the kids. So like it almost becomes its own sort of like meta marketing joke in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Ghostbusters 2 logo, like the big one that was in the fire station, is still in that fire station in New York.
Wow.
I think it's still there. So,
but that was interesting. I didn't expect it to be in the movie with the 2. I was like, okay, that's a nice little thing they did for the cover. But I was like, okay, I guess it's a peace sign, but
or it is saying 2, like it's like or maybe it's like 2, like the company's back, but I think it was still 2 when they were in the beginning of the movie. So I don't know. Yeah, this is a little weird. But
anything else for Ghostbusters 2? Epididymis. I think she's more interested in my
epididymis.
That's good.
That's a little TMI there. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Egon was like the best in this. It's interesting that Venkman, despite the fact that he was kind of the main character, sort of the first one, he kind of takes a back seat to the other 3 in a lot of the goings on of the.
Mm-hmm. He's just concerned about going on a date with Dana.
He's just hanging out with Dana and accepting the responsibilities of fatherhood. So that's just a lot for one character to do sometimes. So.
And I thought it was interesting. She said at one point, I was like, "You're the nicest man, the most caring man." She said some other adjectives. I'm like, I don't really believe that, but okay.
Well, that's supposed to indicate that to me is supposed to indicate the fact that he is like changing. He's not the same character, the same person that he was in the first one, and he doesn't act quite as self-interested and as much of a dick in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah, so they were both immediately. It was like no question. They were immediately want to get back together. It's like there wasn't really much doubt there.
Yeah, no, because she was like clearly like really interested in him still, and I was like, okay.
I guess they broke up, but they immediately just kind of rekindled it.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
You have to know.
I don't.
That's a voice.
Apparently, I know what it is. But I don't know why that just started all of a sudden, because I didn't press anything.
Okay.
My phone's
possessed by
a ghost. My phone's possessed by a ghost.
Oh my god.
That was Ayunda Risu. She's a VTuber.
Okay.
But
8 out of 10. Strikes again.
I can't give this any more than like a 7.5. I think.
Uh-huh.
I did really like it. I would definitely watch it again for sure. I did enjoy it, but the fact that it's the same movie again really holds it back for me.
Force Awakens.
That had enough wrinkles in the plot. Yes, that's the same basic structure, but it's not literally the same plot beats repeatedly.
It's pretty shameless, but I don't know. I'm here for it. Same score as the first Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
are you giving it 7.5?
It's a 7.5 for me. Yeah, I can't go any higher than that.
So it's the Tarqaron score is 7.75 out of 10.
Yeah,
Ghostbusters 2. Fair
it's
enough.
good. I don't think it's deserving of the distaste that it's gotten over the years, but
certainly not.
I think maybe our next film that we're going to be reviewing may have maybe triggered some people. Hey, maybe we didn't have it so bad back then. But you'll have to find out what we think about that when we review it.
You gonna bury the lead. You gonna bury the lead on that one.
Did we?
Yeah.
Hey, we haven't seen it yet.
We haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
No.
Haven't watched that yet.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, to come back for that.
Yeah.
It might be quicker than a week, because I'm kind of behind on uploads, so it'll probably be coming around quicker than that. But yeah, Ghostbusters 2016 is the next, and after that, Ghostbusters Afterlife is coming out very soon.
It's very soon. Yeah. It's kind of exciting in a way.
So
again, I don't know what to think about it, but
yeah. I saw a freaking trailer with some mini Stay Puft Marshmallow Men. I'm like, what's going on? I don't know.
I'm like, what's happening?
I don't know what's happening here. All right.
All Rudd's in it though, so that's something.
Mm-hmm.
Finn Wolfhard.
Yep. Thank you for watching. What video would you recommend our viewers watch after this one?
Oh, you should go watch our review of actually, no. Go check out our talking about Zach's stories. Go check that out.
Stories, yeah.
Go check out the spooky story. Listen to some spooky stories that Zach wrote in high school.
Yeah,
it'd be great.
Like very ghosty.
They're very ghosty.
Not really ghost story-esque.
Not really, but
chill.
They are something.
They are something. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and do everything else.
Subscribe and like and comment and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Tarqaron TWO.
All right.
Wow, I remembered most of that. I've never done that before.
The podcast feed too, but that's all right.
Podcast feed, yeah.
Notification bell, you can hit that too.
Boom.